As a young kid, when I was in my, adolescent, I was actually an actor, and I was a very bad actor, and I could tell. And one of the reasons I knew that is because I had a good ear for what sounded false. And I think really what I'm trying to do in directing actors is to create a situation in which there's the possibility of capturing for a moment something true between people. And that comes from a lot of different strategies, I would say, beginning with casting.
I'm now wondering if we're here, Christos.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if we could
From inside?
Inside. It's just
To make the board be inside?
no, inside and outside.
Yeah. What we said is an
Yeah. Giving Fred a hug goodbye. No, the other direction. So Fred, you stay on my left, and Mindy, you go on my right. Great. Yes.
Let's go, Ellie.
Stay positive, man.
Thanks for the beer.
I love you guys. I'll call you during the week.
I think John Lithgow in this film reveals a subtlety that is thrilling. There's a genuineness to every moment on the screen. There is also an incredible warmth that I think is part and parcel with John, actually. That is really part of himself that's coming through this character, which is a certain kind of attentive kindness.
An actor has to work with all varieties of directors. Ira works in a way that I have worked with occasionally with other directors, but it's not familiar to me. I love rehearsing. I love knowing exactly how we're going to do it before we shoot. He doesn't. He sort of wants it all to happen in front of the camera. I think it's because my own history is predominantly theater, where you rehearse it, get it right, and then you just duplicate it. And he's just sort of devised his own technique for film. His catchphrase is, "Okay, guys, now no acting," which I myself take as like, well, but that's what I do. You don't want me to do what I do? But there's a method to his madness, and I consider it madness.
I really want all the emotion and the intent and the discovery to happen on camera. So when we are blocking a scene, when we're reading through a scene on set, I continue to say stop acting, because I don't want the actors to get caught in one rhythm of how they're going to say the dialogue.
The irony is, he is extremely meticulous about the script, his written script. So he wants everything to be loose, except he wants everything to be very tight at the same time.
Carl, when he comes in, Uncle Ben, come in over here. Uncle Ben, where should I leave this?
Okay. So I drink. Oh, okay. I can put it on the thing. Yeah.
Just put it here. Yeah, why don't you leave it on the table?
Okay.
You want some water?
Thank you, Mrs. Hall.
I'm sorry, let's try that again. Marisa, I think has brought off a very unique character in the body of her own work. I think Marissa's very serious about doing her study and learning these characters. So I introduced her to a couple of novelist friends of mine.
I did speak to one of Ira's dear friends who went to college with him, and she was very helpful with because I didn't know if you're working from home and if you're writing from home, which can be such a cocoon, and distractions have to be kept to a minimum. How do you balance that, and how do you... did she make a decision at a certain point to be available to her child during the day while she's home and writing? And in fact, this particular female writer did make that decision, so that really helped with how I understood Kate's relationship to her work, and how fluid it was with who comes and goes in the house.
She's probably the most ambitious actor I've worked with in the best of ways, meaning that she doesn't want to put anything on film that isn't meaningful and that doesn't have depth. So she's driven to find that depth. And I remember a couple of scenes I would watch her and I would think, just a scene, in a bedroom where she's by herself waking up and putting a book beside and putting on her glasses. It's a scene without dialogue, and literally I was watching her do that, and I thought, oh, this is why she was nominated for 3 Academy Awards. You can see she can write a paragraph without words. Alfred Molina, known to all but as Fred is a he's a hilarious person. He's got a beautiful wit.
To Albert.
I didn't. Oh, don't scare me like that.
Did you? Can you imagine? That'd be amazing.
Don't scare me like that.
Craft-wise, he's certainly one of the 2 or 3 best actors I've had the chance to work with in terms of what he can do without showing you he's doing anything. He's as good as all the movies you've seen him in would suggest.
The research and preparation I did was what I normally do, which is just, I read the script a lot, and I thought about it a lot, and I tried to, I talked to a lot of my gay friends who have been in long-term relationships about those relationships and what the dynamics are, and I discovered, not that I didn't imagine, I kind of knew this anyway, but it was very nice to have it reiterated. I discovered that gay relationships are pretty much like any other relationship, the mechanics might be different, but that's about all, It's like, I was talking to a friend of mine and I said, so what's it like? What's it like being married, being together for this long? And he said, well, you and your wife have been together for the best part of 30 years. What's it like? And I went, well, And I started talking about my marriage. He was kind of going, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that too. Yes, we have. And it's all the same. Human being. We're all, our emotions are the same. Our responses to each other are the same. You fall in love with someone you want to spend your life with.